Ladies and gentlemen, do you remember this? Well, off camera, we built this. It is 8 modules opposed to our 2 modules, and I've been running it, testing it just a little bit, and yeah, this thing's a little bit ridiculous. Absolutely clears out tons upon tons of space. I built it in the unloaded chunks so that we can get deep slate and copper and all those other things, even though as I'm running this thing I realize copper is very scarce on this level right next to bedrock. We're running it on level 6 because I think that's the most optimal for diamonds. But all you do is hit this thing here and we can see all of the TNT activates and will blow up a mass amounts of area, giving us mass amounts of resources. And with how many resources this thing gives us, it makes me want to do something with it. And that something is go to this portal over here, jump into another portal over here, and pop out on the other side. We're building an Enderman farm in today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. I'm super excited. And we also at some point want to go ahead and kill the Ender Dragon a couple more times so we can get the ring around this airhole area here. Oh, they beat the Ender Dragon a couple of times. That's super exciting. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are excited to see an Enderman farm get built in today's episode, sit back, relax, and eat your popcorn. Enjoy this episode. If you are not excited to see an Enderman farm be built, then stick around, because we're still going to do more in this episode than just that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Snazzy Channel. I am Snazzy Monkey, and let's hop into today's video.
I'd like to love you every day.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode with me, your host, Snazzy Monkey, flying in and looking for the best place to go about building this thing. I need to go ahead and start here. And the design we are using today is by a man known as Shulker Craft. And this is just probably the easiest design one could make. Oh, that did not pan out well in my favor. But all we have to do now is wait for this to reach to the very bottom of the world. Y equals 0, I think. And then once we get this down to y equals 0, we will be able to make a water source that turns this all into the cobblestone. And then once it's cobblestone, then we can go all the way down to y equals 0 relatively safely. I think it's all the way to the bottom, so I'm getting really queasy just looking at this. So let's go ahead and put our water source bucket down, and we can go ahead and nope. That was a failure on my end. Oh god. Oh boy. Like I said, we can put a water source here, and it should convert all of that now into cobblestone going all the way down. And we can also pick up this lava source now because it won't beat out this water source, which is good. We can get rid of all potential hazards because this is dangerous as is. And once that's all the way down to the bottom, let's get out our leaves and I hope that this goes swimmingly for us. There, the bottom. Okay. And right there. Leaf. Cool. Leaf. And then stairs going right the way up to the top. This build already seems so precarious. I don't like this. And now that we've gone out 128 precarious blocks away from this now very PC bit of the end, Now we shouldn't get anything spawning over there, which means everything will spawn where we want it to. So now I guess all that's left to do is, let me back up here so I can go in the, a third-person time lapse, and hopefully we don't fall and die. Oh, God. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're just gonna go ahead and build it. This is so scary. We might die. Let's just go ahead and build it. Just like that, we built it. I'm gonna come back through here and redo this bridge because I hate how precarious this thing is. It is so scary. It is absolutely terrifying. But as you can see here, Snazzy Cam left the game, and here we are. All of the ender pearls and all the screaming and the loudness that you could ever want in an ender machine. We're gonna come back through here and build up walls around here in this area so that we don't fall, and all of the XP we could ever want flows into our inventory, and we can repair all of our tools all nice and quickly. So, ladies and gentlemen, everyone on the Jumblecraft server who watches my YouTube channel now know that there is a thing off over here, and everyone is more than welcome to use it if they do so choose. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on to the next thing. And that next thing being, as you can see over here, we did a little bit of decorating in the block derby area. We made a little Botanical Gardens thing through this segment here. And I kind of feel as though this frontal area is super bare alongside with this backside over here. This path leads to nothing right now, and I think I want it to lead to our shulker farm that will be over in here, because these are the spawn chunks around in this area here, and I have to figure out exactly what that encompasses, but we'll figure that out in another episode. But for the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I want to beautify this area, because we have this gorgeous, like, I don't know, Botanical Gardens like thing here, and it makes me want to do some leafed over walls around this area here, and maybe even incorporate some jungle things in here, but we'll see. And just like that, we now have a bushy wall surrounding our area, and this one we have 2 entry points here, because I want this to walk through here, and then loop around back to here. So it's kind of like taking the scenic route to the end destination, where you could just kind of like walk through here, through the bushy walls, and like enter. You could just come in here and kind of chill out and have a grand old time, which means we will need to put in 2 archways. We also need to make the pathway as well, make that look relatively organic. Making use of these paths here. So let's work on this. It needs some tweaking. It's not perfect. But you know, it's a start. It's a solid start, I would say. We're making some progress for sure. Oh boy, I messed it up. Is that better? Does this look better? I mean, it still looks a little wonky. Maybe that fixed it? I just kind of want it to be a little skinnier. Why are pathways so difficult? I mean, honestly, I'm a professional Minecrafter. This shouldn't be this difficult for me. Am I even a professional? Who even am I? Like, I don't even know if I can call myself a professional anymore if I can't even make a pathway work. I think I'm a professional. One existential crisis later. So after giving up on the pathway, I think it's going to look fine once we get some work done to the outside area. It looks relatively uniformish. I went ahead and did the archways, and I'm thinking they're looking absolutely fantastic. Love arches. I just love doing them. They, especially when it's like an organic shape and stuff like that, it just kind of makes sense. Like, we can also just kind of like incorporate like a little bit of like the vines and stuff like that and be able to make it just a little bit more welcoming into this whole area, because we want to give people a reason to kind of like take the beaten path or the road less traveled, even though I think this road will be a little bit more traveled than just slowly meandering about this way and into here. So let's give this whole area a little bit of a makeover and see what happens. And after around about an hour, this is what we've come up with for an area. Ooh, that's not a good guy. Guys, I don't know what happened. He just disappeared. No clue. But anyway, yeah. So this is gonna get some tropical fish in here, to kind of like liven everything up a little bit. I kind of want a water feature. Now that I've built all this area and I'm looking at it, it would be really cool to have a water feature of sorts. Or maybe a bucket being pulled up. I'm not picking up the evidence. A bucket, maybe pulling up the water or something like that. But I think this area looks super lively. I think it looks super cool. And it took me an hour to design that. So, oh boy. So it has been another day or so. I lost track of time at this point in time. However, it is amazing. I've learned what you can do with just a stack of bone meal. All you do is just kind of like throw it around everywhere and you get just tall grasses and flowers galore, and it really just kind of like adds to like an overgrown look. Absolutely love the stuff. And over here, I've done kind of a little grove thing with campfire and some chairs and some bamboo and stuff like that. Absolutely lovely. And in here, I actually had to go and grab some of these lilacs and peonies so that we can actually go in here and make another kind of replicating what we have over there, just like a flower garden thing. And that should be it for this area, for at least everything that I want to do over here. I could kind of come through here and add some vines, which I need to go grab, and some crops just kind of dotted about, like maybe grow some carrots here and make some functional uses. But yeah, for the time being, I think that's gonna be good for this area. So let's just take a fly up and look back down. You know, for a monkey who just raided a wardrobe, I would say that's actually pretty good. Like, as far as different designs go for groves, like hidden groves especially, I would say this is pretty good. We want to find a way to make this just more not such a hard line. And over here, it's a hard line, but it just blend smoother, and I think it's probably because we incorporated an up here. Let me incorporate an up here. I would definitely say that looks a lot better. Tiny, not so noticeable difference, but it makes it so where it doesn't stand out, and that's exactly how we want it. We want people to walk through here and be able to see the beauty of the landscape, but not really get too kind of caught up on like hard lines and stuff that just doesn't look natural. So I would say this area here looks a little bit natural. I'm not a big fan of just grass everywhere, but we'll figure that out maybe some other time. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that will be the end of today's episode. Today's episode was a little bit shorter, but a lot got done. We got done the Enderman farm, and we also went ahead and did some nice terraforming over here. We didn't die, thankfully, but I also don't want to jinx it, so knock on wood. Hopefully we don't die and lose our 100 levels, and we will hopefully make it up to maybe 300 levels, 400 levels. Who knows? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you liked it, make sure to leave a like button, hit that like button. And if you really liked it, make sure to subscribe because it helps out a lot and it's free. So don't even worry about like, you know, having to pay something because it's 100% free. Like, you know, no sweats. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next episode. A good bye.
I like to. I like to. I like to love you every day. I like to love you. I like to love you. If I may.